class, I'm going to do a general video, and I feel that this will help everybody out just with a little explanation. So let's just go with this first one here, the ICD-10 Principal Diagnosis Code. With this one here, it says right in the admission, fatigue. This is not the principal diagnosis. So yes, this definitely has to be D6 1.3. So just, an FYI, you don't often have an R code as your principal diagnosis. And the reason is, sometimes you do for an outpatient if there's not enough documentation. But if there is another substantial diagnosis, you're going to go with that. And yes, POA, it was present on admission. So that is a yes. Bone marrow biopsy, it's a percutaneous surgical approach. It is from the iliac area, which I didn't think too big. Everyone did a nice job on that. Right here we have iliac crest area, so we know where to take it from. So with that, let's go to the blood and platelet transfusion. So the first one here is for the blood, and the second one is for the platelet. Couple of different things when you're coding this. Let me just pull up the coding book. So if I went ahead and went to procedure, let's just kind of look at the 03233N. Okay, so keep in mind the first one here we have percutaneous. You don't code open usually, and it does state percutaneous. The first one's the red blood cells, and then our next one's going to be the platelets. Okay, and again, it didn't come from them. It wasn't auto. It was non. Came from elsewhere, so that's why we're going to go with 1 for the 7th character, the qualifier. And the MSRD-ERG, nobody really had an issue with that one. So I was pretty happy with that. Okay, so this one here, a couple of things I want to remind students. A big error here. A lot of students would just put E04.2, which is correct. But my thing is they would drop the point. Okay. Yes, you did get it wrong. Reason being is that if you were to send a claim off without that decimal point in there, it's going to come back to you. So keep that in mind. It is so important, especially as an advanced coding student, to remember that decimal point. So with this, let's go ahead and look at our principal diagnosis. I did have a few students put in E04.9, which that is not my multinodular. So let's go ahead and look at that. E04.2. This is my non-toxic multi. I did have some students put in 4.9. You can see that is unspecified, and we know that it is multinodular. So yes, so that one it was wrong if you did get that incorrect. Didn't see much issue with H90.5. Go ahead and pull that up. Okay, once again, it's unspecified, and you need to, again, if you had something different, it was probably because you weren't specific enough in your coding. You really, really need to remember to go to the most specified code that you can possibly code. Okay, the osteoporosis code, M81.0. Right, so then we go on to, I didn't have an issue with the thyroidectomy with students. I do have down here the root operation for the total removal is resection. Remember, if they only take a part of it, then the root's going to be excision. Keep that in mind. This should be a false. It was present on admission. So yes, this should be, the multinodular was there, so that should have been a yes. And let's get down here to the DRG. Students did well. They picked out the DRG, but let's go down to this one here. So let me pull up what I have. I went ahead and put all the information in. The biggest thing that I was looking for, and I did have some students who went ahead and put in this one right here. Okay, so that is, keep in mind what Medicare is looking for, but what we want to know is what, right here, what the hospital, so look what the question, we need to apply the formula to get the rate of reimbursement. That's what we need to do. So keep in mind the hospital base rate is 7,450. We need to take that times the relative weight, which is right here, 1.1902, times it, which gives me the 8,866.99. We round it up to 8,867. That is why this one's the correct answer. So overall, it was a good assignment. If anybody has any questions, please do not be afraid to contact me. Um, in discussion or in my inbox. I would love to answer any questions. Good luck on your next assignment for next week, and let me know if I can help.